So let's get to that third installment about what's really going on, because it's important to talk about faith. It's really important to talk about that at this point. Been doing it the last couple of videos, and this will be the third video to the two previous videos you saw, part 1 and 2. This will be part 3, the continuation, the culmination. It's third installment, folks. I want to talk a little bit today, if I may. I want to talk about faith, and I want to give you more of the technical example and give you examples of such where, just recently, and this is a perfect example, where just recently I had to take care of some last minute business, and I was talking to a friend who needed me to cross state lines and take care of some stuff for them. They were in the next state over, and it was just unexpected. And it was on the fly, and I'm driving along, and I got a certain amount of gas in my tank. And you know how people give you directions, and they say, oh, it's only going to take this blah 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 time, you should be driving for an hour, you should get blah blah blah, certain things, right on those border line areas. So I figured, well, I can skip gas, and I can just go ahead and bypass that, and I'll hit an exit soon or whatever. It's only an hour or something, or hour and a half, or whatever it was. And so I took these directions, and I'm driving along, and I realized, at a certain point, that I was running out of gas. So the interesting thing is that all at the same time, within a short period of that time, when we realized, and I was panicking a little bit, and I said, nah, I can keep going. I can keep pushing. But where I was going, folks, is a long stretch, and so it just kept going and going. And I'm like, and I was starting to worry a little bit. And then to top it off, my tire pressure light came on, because it seems along the journey somewhere I rolled over something. As I'm going over these bumps in the road, I'm losing a lot of air pressure, so my tire pressure is down to like 20, 25, and I have they're 18-inch rims or something, so it's like 51 tire pressure. So you guys see what I'm saying. I ain't trying to get technical, but I'm trying to show you how low I was on tire pressure. Here I am out in the middle of nowhere on a long stretch of highway. I got about 120 miles to get to my destination, is what I finally calculated after I pulled over. Didn't even want to, it got to a certain point where I was so low on gas, my light came on, and I had so long before I got to another gas station that, I had to pull over and, reconfigure my MapQuest or whatever. And it told me I had a certain amount of mileage, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to do this. But then I realized, folks, sun's sitting right next to me. Sometimes I told you in my human flightiness, I'll forget what's my actual blessings, and the Lord has always delivered for me, which is why I was telling y'all the previous stories, Him always saving my life. Another example. So suddenly I realized that the Lord was with me, right, up to that very moment, and I just calmed myself down. I just calmed down, and I said, Lord, you can do anything. You are everything. You've done so many things for me. I know you're not going to let me get stranded out here, right? Pulled off on the highway and kept going by my day, doing about 70 miles an hour, gas light on, right? I was able to make it to my destination, folks, on a almost flat tire, folks. No gas in the tank, 100 miles from was able to make it to the destination, able to make it to the gas station, do a victory lap looking for a gas lane, right? Was able to keep the car running for a moment, to fumble for my wallet to make sure I had my credit card or whatever to get gas or whatever. And was able to do all that stuff with the car running, and then cut the car off. And then was able to gas up and fill up and make it to my destination, folks. Right? God will bless you, and God will always be there for you, folks, when you're there for Him. And this is the purpose of this video, right? And I get word for these things, and all of these ways that this happens every day. It's my guaranteed understanding, folks. It's why I'm telling you, right? And I'm not perfect, folks, but your definition or definitives of perfect aren't what the real actual reality shows, right? It's in your heart, folks. It's your vibration. It's what your intentions are, folks. And so because I have great faith in the Most High, and I thank you, Lord, and devote the video, Lord. I was able to make it all the way out there and make it back home safely in one piece. Get what I'm saying? The blessings of the Most High. So all of those technical examples are things that you need to pay attention to in these days, because this is a part of the new upcoming things. Those with the best of hearts want it, are thirsting for it, can see it already on the horizon, right? Many of you can see certain things and you have those vibrations, and you're all the people who are necessary for this next thing that's coming in. Too many of you are grounded and flat-footed, and you're stuck in, you're grounded here and what's going on right here, which has been put out by the lower entities, folks, who are going out and you're going along with them. And, every single day, living in a state of mind where you know that you're blessed and you know that you're taken care of and that everything will be provided for you. This is how they live in heavenly worlds, folks. I'm trying to show you something, right? They don't have those moments of panic that that I just told you I experienced a few minutes ago. They don't have those moments. They're never in those situations. They always have abundance and blessing, right? All possibilities are possible. Do you understand? So this video is not really going to be long, right? The other two are pretty long, and I'm just telling you about the technicals of his science, folks, right? And you're bearing witness to things, and it's so great. And there are going to be some things that are going to happen that are going to start really bringing this to the forefront. Because what's the problem? The problem is the might, the so-called might, which is in place, that seems to feel that it can't be budged, folks, right? When all a great one has to do is come through on the great one and just, give them a little nudge there, here, there, and they'll move along, right? The only thing that's in the way of a new day is everything that's corroding your society. And I spoke about in some other videos the injustice that you always see, the narcissistic mind think of law, where these lawmakers will make a law, put it in place. You saw it with this lockdown thing, and you saw some business owner violate that, to which they got sentenced with the imposing things of the law. And then because of the circumstances of what the judge looked like, or the certain politics of the day or something, they go back and reverse it right in your face. What they, the fines or whatever they want to put in place, they go back and reverse that. Damn near apologize, if not outright did it, apologize to the person who broke the law. See, I'm trying to show you something. Not saying that the laws are just in any way, but I'm showing you that narcissists will always change the rules, folks. You're living under tyranny, right? You are slaves to the system. You cannot walk away. And if you attempt to, they will force you back in it. See, for their benefit. That's not freedom, folks. Also, the great deal of abundant things that can be provided to you, you have yet to see, folks. If they had their hands on these things, they would use them to further control you and harm you. And this is showing you who the demoniacs really are. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. That in every way you've been disenfranchised, and you will always be disenfranchised because you're dealing with that mode of energy, folks. You're not going to get light from darkness, folks. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get technical with y'all and all this foolishness, but it is what it is. The dark vibrations vibrate and do what they do, right? They don't operate properly and on this plane of existence, and that's why you feel the pain and suffering. But since they enjoy it, and this is how they thrive and survive off of your pain and suffering, then it's great for them. Great environment. Now, enough of you don't want to do away with this stuff, and that is the real problem. The real problem is enough of you have not thought enough about what a new day could be like. No money, no bills, no rat race, beautiful architecture, beautiful arts, right? Beautiful air, right? Peace, harmony amongst all people, folks. Spiritual high vibration, folks. And those of you who can't even imagine that day are showing who you really are. That's what I'm saying. You don't even have the finer things in you to even try to experience or even to rationalize that this could be possible. You know? And those are telltale things, folks. So the bigger fight is about ridding ourselves of those people. And being proactive is having, things take place that will show you the might of the Most High and knock you out of position, right? You got a stronghold somewhere, Mama Earth will just cave the ground where you are, right? You out there on the beach somewhere after I told you certain things and you playing bullshit games. Y'all go and check out and see if anything's been going on with the beach. Sure it has. Haven't been keeping up, and all of these things are taking place. And they'll keep ramping up until you see these really, really, really serious things. These pertinent issues that you'll have to deal with. And it's nothing you really can do. It's just, I'm just showing you that these are things that are going to change your landscape. See, you can't you can't designate yourselves claimers to a certain area if the area doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? You hoarding up those crops, then the Lord just takes the crops from you. He just has the nature goddess bring the locusts, and then they just destroy all the crops, and then your ass can't do that commodity thing, that commerce thing I keep talking about. That's so disgusting. Everything is about buying and selling, right? Including your fucking souls. The worst of you are assholes because including your souls for the worst of you. Now, those people who have gotten rings of authority and leadership are all part of that thing. And I want you guys to think real quick, and I'll make this a quick example to give you something to think about, take with you. But let's use cucumbers, pickles, or something. And I used to be out in the country and stuff, and the grannies out there would make their own pickles and put them in the jar and stuff like that, and they would soak them and stuff. And I want you guys to think about if you had a pickle and you soaked it in a jar of gasoline. If I gave it to you, it still would be a pickle. But why wouldn't you eat it? How would you separate the gasoline from the pickle? Because it's tainted, right? So I wanted you guys to take that basic example and apply it to everything you look at, because I'm being reasonable. In your politics, in your world bodies and governments, you guys pick sides when they're all the same hand. I keep telling you this. So you had a bunch of presidents who've lived all their lives, and all of them are related to each other. And maybe one other president wasn't related, and he was only in office for about 30 days before he was assassinated. They promptly got rid of his ass. And then the chain continued, right? The family members up to this present day, right? And you believe that the person that's appointed in power you don't believe they've already decided these things. So this person in power, you're saying they're rebels, they're fighting the back against the establishment and all this bullshit, when all of them are part of the establishment, folks. See, if I take that pickle in your face and I soak it in that jar of gasoline and watch you watch that pickle soaking for an hour in that gasoline, then I give you the pickle and I say, here's the pickle, and you see a pickle. Has a little different smell to it. It's a little strong, and it may be flammable at this point. But I hand you this pickle and I say, go ahead and take a bite. You're not going to take a bite of the pickle, folks. Because you know that even though it's still a pickle, it's been tainted with the gasoline. And I'm trying to show you that all of the politics of your day on every level has been tainted. All of your activists and certain people, if they're in bed on any level with the powers that be the establishment, then they're tainted, because those are the demoniacs, folks. You can't have, one thing without the other, right? You guys believe that they've gotten rid of other former presidents for wanting to be whistleblowers or go against the establishment. If you believe that they do such things, what makes you believe that in present day they're going to allow that establishment to change? So I'm trying to show you, if you're part of the status quo, your punk ass has got to go as well. You understand? Because you're not even looking at reality for what it is. And the best of you, like I kept saying, are able to see things play out right before your eyes and see them for what they are. Tell you something's going to happen. You sit along with me and watch the days go by, because some of you are sitting at your houses going, I'm going to count these fucking days off with him just to see. And you count off with me 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and whatever. And on that day, you get exactly what was going to take place. And then you realize I'm not the authority and God is doing this. And then you go, oh shit, he is right. This is the reckoning. Let me start listening. That's what the best of you are doing. But the worst of you are just taking this as sensation. I'm just some entertainment, you know, means or something. If it's not me, it'll be the fuzzy cat's honor, and it'll be something else, right? Not even realizing the true nature of the fuzzy cats. So that's what I mean about faith. Faith is me being with God every day, watching him do things like get me 120 fucking miles on a flat tire and no gas with a light on, gas tank light on, and get me 120 miles to my destination safely and still got room to drive some more. Right? Back talking to you about it. Bore witness to an actual event. That is my blessing. So that same thing he does, like little things I said, will be those things, those examples that will carry me in the more rough of times. Because see, the establishment, these punk motherfuckers are not going to let go, and they think that they have all reign and authority. And anyone who steps up, you've seen the classic stories. They're going to try to do some Roman emperor shit at some point, and that's the day that they're going to get their asses tore out the frame. The ground that they stand on, they do not lay claim to that ground. I promise you, I know the ground, folks. And so I'm going to start leveling that ground at some of these punk ass leaderships and stuff because I'm tired of it. You got to fucking go, right? If you want war with God, don't hide from him. Go out in the open field, get your best fighter jets, get your best tanks, get your best whatever you got. And tell God, the maker of your air and the holder of your soul, tell him that you will not be defeated, and watch you are promptly destroyed. The biggest thunderbolt you ever seen in your life, on the great one, will come from the heavens and will take your punk asses off this plane. Just as simple as that. If you don't want to be here, all you have to do is let him know, right? And he can take care of that for you. He's the holder of your life. So you guys have a great day. I'm not going to make this video long, and I'm getting out of here, right? Finish my walk up and finish the day. Have faith and security that the Most High will deliver you. Don't be afraid of all of this revolution and change, because you're showing who you are. You're showing that you're riding with him. You're showing that you believe that he can protect you. See? Those who put their faith in the states and put their faith in authority, governmental authorities who are so-called, who are underarm funking, shitty street drawed wearing motherfuckers, who have all types of scandals and lies and stuff in their closets, who are just bone breakers, who are nose blowers. I just want you guys to understand that they cannot deliver you from the true authority, who is the most high source creator of your life in the universe, whom holds the heavens, who are my great mentors and family. Honor y'all. Right? Doing duties. Next video.